in Dale, and they'll set you up with some tickets there. $20 gets you a chance to win that mini bike, which will be drawn later this season. Scheduled to go away from the pole. The number 31 is Cayden Graham. Alongside will be Mike Durham in the number 6. Row 2 is Tim Halsey in the 40, along with the 61, Lyle Robinson. Row number 3, the 4 of Jason Rarick, along with the 21 of Hayden Howard. Steve Bushey in the number 3, scheduled to go in this one, along with the number 44 of Mason Rogers. First trip around, Cayden Graham in control. Mike Durham right there with him in the 2 spot. Lyle Robinson up to 3rd already as Hayden Howard and Jason Rogers. 6 laps is the scheduled distance. Cayden Graham with the race lead as Mike Durham still sitting back there in the 2 spot. Watch Mason Rogers rolling that inside portion of the racetrack. Drove by Hayden Howard. Now he's looking at the back of the 61 of Lyle Robinson in the corner number 3 and 4. He gets by Robinson for 3rd. He pulls by Mike Durham for the runner-up spot. Mason Rogers on the charge and here is going as they clip off lap number 2. But Cayden Graham well in control of this one as they hit the back straightaway. 2 down, 4 to go. We'll be coming to halfway this time by. 3 down, 3 to go, and they hit the stripe. And it is Cayden Graham in control of this field. Mason Rogers charging hard here from the tail of the field to try to take a position on the grid. He's up in the 2 spot already. Mike Durham still there in position number 3, followed by Lyle Robinson in the 4 spot. Hayden Howard trying to hold off Steve Bushey as Jason Rarick goes into the spin cycle in corner number 1 and 2, and then may bring out the yellow, and yes, they are. Yellow lights are on. So 3 laps are complete in this opening heat race for the Donna's Motorworks Limited Sportsman. Sundance Leisure ThunderCars up after that for their 6-lap heat events. So Jason Rarick continues with the handling problems. He had handling issues last week in the 15-lap feature go, and obvious problems with the car once again, but he'll try to get it right come feature time and finish this heat race out. 3 laps are complete, 3 more to go in the opening heat race. White flag is displayed, green next time by. It will be Cayden Graham, your race leader. Mason Rogers 2nd. Mike Durham in 3rd. Lyle Robinson 4th. Hayden Howard the top 5. Hayden celebrated a birthday last week, by the way. So field assembled, single file down the back straightaway. We are at the halfway point of this one. 3 down, 3 to go. Cayden Graham, Mason Rogers, Mike Durham, Lyle Robinson, Hayden Howard, Steve Bushey, and Jason Rarick. That's the running order right now. LeClaire looks them over. Green lights are back on, and away we go. Cayden Graham back out into the race. Leaves to go to 1 and 2. Graham out in front. Rogers right there with him. No, down the back straightaway as they go to turn number 3 and 4. See what Rogers can do with Graham. Remember, Rogers started back in position number 8. He's already up to challenge for the race lead, and he is there now. Mason Rogers goes from last on the starting grid to the point as they hit the back straightaway. White flag will be displayed this time by White flag is waving. Cayden Graham doing everything he can to run down Mason Rogers, but no such luck right now. Rogers putting it on a flag in the air. Graham still second. That Robinson has that spot. Mike Durham trying to take it away to 182. Stephen Bushey, Hayden Howard, and Jason Rarick. That's the running order. Checkered flag will be waving this time by. And Mason Rogers started last. He charges towards the front, takes the lead, checkered in the air. Mason Rogers will be victory. Second will be Cayden Graham. Third, and Steve Bushey comes up for a top 5 finish. Hayden Howard and Jason Rarick complete the rest of the running order. So Mason Rogers 2 for 2 as far as qualifying heat races go here in 2026. You'll look to duplicate that in the feature later on.
Where's that battle?
6 laps will be the distance once again. The first of 2 heat races in the Sundance Leisure ThunderCars. Kevin Greenfield from Watertown out on the pole. The number 11 outside of me, Damien Bechler in the 26. Row 2, it's Collin Bauter in the 19. 113 to Nathan Powers. 428 of Colby Hibbard, along with the 97 of Levi Copestick, and Francis White in the number 60 will complete the rest of the field. That was the starting order that we had. Obviously, there's one driver missing right now. And Greenfield puts the number 11 out in front of the field as they hit the back straightaway. Nathan Powers right there to challenge Bechler for the runner-up spot. Francis White, trying to get around Collin Bauter for position number 4, and does just that. Bechler and the 113 of Powers going at it for position number 2. Greenfield in control. Francis White with a problem down here in the front straightaway. Problems with that number 60. He's going to try to pick it back up behind the 97 of Levi Copestick as they go to 1 and 2. We'll keep our eye on him, and it looks like he is moving slowly again down the back straightaway. He may take that car to pit road. In the meantime, we're going to get back up front for the race lead. Greenfield in control. Kevin Greenfield, the race leader. Power still second. Battle on for a third right now between Damien Bechler and Collin Bauter as they hit the back straightaway one more time. But Greenfield starting to pull away by about a 3-car length advantage into turn number 3 and 4. Nathan Powers right there in second, trying to close the gap as they come down the front straightaway. Halfway home, 3 down, 3 more to go. Damien Bechler has that position. Collin Bauter trying to move in and take it away. Bauter to the inside lane. Bechler right there in the mid portion of the racetrack as they head down the back straightaway. Top 2 have driven away from the rest of the field. This is the only battle actually on the racetrack for position. Collin Bauter trying to take it away from Damien Bechler in the corner number 3 and 4 down the line. 4 down, 2 more to go. It's all Kevin Greenfield. That number 11 machine looking strong. The Watertown, New York native pulling away by about 8 car lengths in the next straightaway. White flag will be displayed this time by. White flag waving, and Kevin Greenfield waiting for nobody as he charges down the front straightaway with the lead. Nathan Powers still by 32 spot. Between Collin Bauter in the 19 and the 26 of Damien Bechler, with Levi Copestick completing the rest of the field at the end of the 97. Checkered flag is in the air. Checkered flag is waving, and Kevin Greenfield will dominate heat race number 1 for the Sundance Leisure Nathan Powers crosses in second. Collin Bauter, Damien Bechler, and Levi Copestick in that order, and that will do it for heat race number 1 of 2 for the Sundance Leisure ThunderCars. Coming up after the second heat for the ThunderCar division, we will have the first heat race of the day for the Whitesboro Plow Shop DIRTcar 358 modified division.
There you go.
I got full listed Watertown.
on the pole. Outside of it, Jared Gilson in the number 22. Row number 2, we are going to find last week's winner, Jock Symonds, in the number 8, along with the 22, Corey Valade, or excuse me, Daniel Valade in the 22.
Tell them to go single file, they don't even freaking listen.
So we got some drivers out there that apparently have not registered out there, showed up late, so trying to sort out some positions here in the lineup. And we'll get some of the driver information here on some of these late arrivals here. Of course, some tracks, as we've mentioned, did rain out tonight, and some of these drivers running at those various speedways decided to make the last minute trip to Can-Am and wanted to get here in time for the heat race. So the 96 of Tim Dunn did not come out for this particular heat, so it's going to shuffle the lineup just a little bit. We got a couple extra cars here that have come in late, so we're just trying to get the lineup sorted out, and we will be set to go green. Looks like Tony Frezzo's number 22 is back out there. Tony, the defending track champion. Jacob Kimball in the number 78 joining us late. And Kyle Whalen aboard the number 710. Again, some of these drivers just getting here with us tonight. So glad to have them with us, and we got them sorted out in the lineup, and we are set to go. And they'll tag onto the tail end of the field here for this one. 6 laps is the distance once again. Second of 2 heats and Sunday's Leisure ThunderCars. Waitsboro Plow Shop, DIRTcar 358 Modifieds ready to go next for their first heat race of the evening. Leclerc looks them over, green lights are on, and we're underway. Field charging down into corner number 1 into it is Corey Valade in control. As David Rasmussen got way wide, Jacob Kimball gets forced off the top side of corner number 2, but brings it back on the speedway. As we string out single file formation into turn number 3 and 4, Corey Valade trying to get some redemption after last week. He's got the lead. Jared Gilson's right there. And right now, Valade with a race lead. The 22J of Jared Gilson, runner-up 1 week ago, holding on to second, but Jock Symonds, who picked up the feature win last week, trying to get by Gilson for that runner-up spot. David Rasmussen into the top 5, battling with defending track champion Tony Frezzo at the moment. Jacob Kimball in the number 78. Right there behind them is well as they cross the line this time by top three right there together. It's Valade, Gilson, and Symonds. Your top three as they cross the line once again at the halfway mark. To go, and Corey Valade on for the number 4 spot behind the top three. As look out, David Rasmussen goes for a spin over there at corner number 1 and 2, and we'll park it there to the outside lane of the racetrack. And yellow lights are back on with 3 laps complete. Set for green. Corey Valade is the race leader. He gets choice of starting lane. He'll go to the inside on this restart. Jared Gilson will join him on the front row. Jock Symonds alongside of him. Tony Frezzo, Daniel Valade. Jacob Kimball is 78 and 3. David Rasmussen 710. We'll get the driver name on you there in just a minute. Lane on Jared Gilson, looking for the runner-up position as they go to turn number 1 and 2, and Symonds will get the spot. Tony Frezzo and Daniel Valade, a battle of 22s going at it down the back stretch to turn number 3. David Rasmussen, despite that spin, has gotten around Jacob Kimball for the number 6 spot. Jock Symonds, this looks like the battle for the feature win a week ago. David Rasmussen, he got that thing wrecking loose and it still saved it. I don't know how that happened, but he still managed to hold on to it. That was a wreck that didn't happen. Off turn number 3 and 4, white flag will be displayed. Corey Valade trying to fend off Jock Symonds. Symonds with 2 wins already. Earlier this year that made a pretty good chunk of money to go away. He won at the Lebanon Valley Speedway for a cool $1,000 payday there and picked up the feature win here 1 week ago. Look, right now he's trying to go after Corey Valade for the heat win as it comes down to the line. Checkered flag is waving this time by, and Corey Valade is going to get the job done. Valade with the victory. Jock Symonds, takes himself in 4th. Tony Frezzo rounds out your top 5. Then it will be David Rasmussen. And by Sundance Leisure are complete. Whitesboro Plow Shop DIRTcar 358 Modifieds ready to go next for their first of 3 heat races on the day as Max Cabrera will lead the field out in the number 11 alongside of Ryan Bartlett, the 39. Row 2, it's RJ Crusader for the number 21. Center, car number 21R will go away from the inside of row number 2 along with the 45R of Preston Forbes. Row number 3, 21 of Andy Howard along 74 of Lucas Fuller. Row number 4, final row on the track, it is the 57 of Remington Ham along with the 91 of Josh Rio. Turn number 3 and 4, green lights go. As they spread out into turn number 1 and 2, Mike Cabrera charges down the back straightaway with the lead. Ryan Bartlett, RJ RJ Center, the top three early on as they set it up into turn number 3 and 4. All drivers running right around the bottom side of the racetrack as they cross the line for lap number 1. Center moved on the racetrack, trying to find some speed on that outside lane. Open the door for Preston Forbes to try to get there as they go to 3 and 4 this time. Forbes right there in the tire tracks of RJ Center for the 3 spot. As they Center right there with him in spot number 3. Center trying to move in his first start of the season here at Can-Am, right there with Bartlett in position number 3 as they go down to turn 3 and 4. The 45 of Preston Forbes trying to move in to try to get his top 3 spots. Right from the drop of the green flag, the late New York native who has been competing in pretty well everything and anything he can find these days, as he has been running a lot of big block modified action in 2005. Position number 2, 21 of RG Center right there in 3rd, and then the battle is on there between him and Preston Forbes. Forbes has that 4 spot. Center trying to hold him off as they go down to the 3. All by himself in the 5 spot. Hayden Howard is 6th, Remington the 7th, and Josh Rio completes the field at 8. 2 to go this time by, says Mike Leclerc, as the 11 of Cabrera as they head down the back straightaway off of corner number 2. In the meantime, Matt Cabrera looking to set it up off of corner number 3 and 4 and down to the line. Of course, Can-Am was the place advantage over Ryan Bartlett as they head up into corner number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air, and the win will go to Matt Cabrera. Second race number 1, and Matt Cabrera flexes his muscle early. He goes to victory lane in heat race number 1 for the Whitesboro Plow Shop DIRTcar 358 Modifieds. Heat race number 2 ready to roll trackside next. And it will be Billy Dunn, the 7-time and defending track champion, in the inside of row number 1. Outside will be Lance Willis in car number 31. Row number 2, Jordan McCready in the 28 with the 60 of Jackson Gill. Row 3 is Cameron Black in the 23 along with the 31 of Tommy Jeter and Cedric Gobro in car number 22C. Memorial. Right now he leads the way here as he comes across the line for lap number 1. Jordan McCready as they dice it up for 3rd and 4th. McCready catches the hip tire on the inside portion of the racetrack and got some airtime over there off of corner number 2. We've seen that happen quite often this season already as they cross the line one more time. Right there behind these drivers in spot number 5, then it's Cedric Gobro and Tommy Jock Jr. as Dunn continues to show the way. 70 career wins in a modified here at Cayden very, very good chance to break that record here this season. One step closer would be a win tonight.
Let's get black.
Four down. 4 to go. So Willie Decker in car number 1X out of Vernon, New York will lead him to green. Outside will be Sean Shaw in the 7S out of Philadelphia. Row number 2, last week's winner, is 50th career Can-Am win in a modified. That's Tim Fuller, the St. Lawrence Radiology 19 out of Watertown. Beside him will be Scott Webb out of Brownville in the number 18W. Row number 3, new look, new team, new colors for Chris Raby in car number 701. That is the Greg Brinklow owned ride. Alongside of him, new look for Dave Rogers this year in car number 31. G's on the outside of row number 3, and rolling away in position number 7 in car number 11. That is Genevieve Bartlett. 8 laps is the distance, third and final heat for the.
I'm surprised she's not even right up.
DIRTcar 350 in modifieds. Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman will be up next.
She's not
for
even
their first
getting
heat
close
race of the
to
day.
start.
Green lights are on, and we're underway. Field charges into turn number 1 and 2. It's Willie Decker in control. Sean Shaw's going to quick race car. Looking to pull even terms with Willie Decker into turn number 3 and 4. Sean down on the inside lane. Willie Decker up on the top side. They'll drag race off at turn number 3 and 4. It's Sean Shaw. Decker to move into the 2 spot. Meantime, Sean Shaw starting to drive away from the field. Shaw with the lead about 4 car lengths over Fuller. Willie Decker, Scott Webb, and Dave Rogers the top 5 as they work it off at turn number 3 and 4 and down to the line. Point standings this season. Race number 1 for the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman is set to roll trackside next. It will be Eric Nyer in car number 34 on the point, alongside of Tyler Stevenson in the box 28, row number 2. Paul DeRudder in the 1D with the 2 of Greg Henry, row number 3, Trevor Gibbons, the 621G, along with the 18G of Justin Gadbaugh. Final row, it's Frank Sibley in the 92 and Brody Davis out of Rome, New York in car number 418. Justin Gadbaugh having problems getting his car going. The number 18 ride. Justin won a feature with us here recently. And it looks like he's got a refire and back underway. Those of you here tonight with us live, we certainly do appreciate you joining us. Those of you watching from home on Dirt Track Digest TV, we're glad you can be joining us from wherever you may be. Again, if you can't see us live here at Can-Am and you can't join us on Dirt Track Digest TV, be sure to follow along on the My Race Pass app on your smartphone or a tablet or whatever you use, and follow along with the racing action here at Can-Am each and every Friday night. Just about set and ready to go. 8 laps will be the distance, first of 3 heats in the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman. Nice steady pace through turn number 3 and 4. Maybe we'll do 4 wide later. Green lights are back on. We all have 4 wide coming down the straightaway. Trevor Gibbons, Greg Henry, Justin Gadbaugh. They were trying to go after Paul DeRudder for the 3 spot. DeRudder said, enough of this, I'm out of here. He picks up the 3 spot and drives away. Gadbaugh, who had problems getting the car started before we started this heat race, is now up to 4th as we work off of turn 3 and 4. Eric Nyer will race leader. Stevenson has found some speed through turn number 1 and 2 up on the top side of the racetrack, but Eric Nyer will clear him down the back straightaway. Paul DeRudder up to 3rd, 621 Trevor Gibbons still 4th, Justin Gadbaugh in the 5 spot. Frank Sibley is 6th, followed by Craig Henry in 7th, and Brody Davis in 4th. As we have got a battle shaping up for the race lead. Tyler Stevenson trying to take it away. Eric Nyer trying to keep it glued to the bottom of the racetrack into turn number 3 and 4. He's got the top spot going into the corner, but Tyler Stevenson trying to make it work on the high lane. Down to the line this time by a lap. Tyler Stevenson is really good through turn number 1 and 2 in the middle, but coming up off the turn is where Eric Nyer gets the speed from, and he holds the lead into turn number 3 and 4. Tyler Stevenson again will go back upstairs to that outside lane, trying to find some speed up off the turn, trying to pull even with Eric Nyer down the straightaway. Not going to happen this time. 4 laps between 4 to go. Paul DeRudder still there for 2nd. Trevor Gibbons DeRudder is 3rd. Gibbons still 4th. Justin Gadbaugh completes the top 5. Across the line this time, Mike Durham down 3 more to go. Eric Nyer is in a really good race car, but he's had to fend off Tyler Stevenson this entire race. Stevenson on that outside lane trying to make something work, and he has been alongside of Eric Nyer a couple of times here, but he's not had the luck in getting by. 2 to go this time by for Eric Nyer. Stevenson still there, second battle going on for Trevor Gibbons looking strong here in the lane going to this one. He'll pull by Paul DeRudder to pick up 3rd. DeRudder back to 4th. Justin Gadbaugh, Frank Sibley, and Greg Henry. That's your running order. Tyler Stevenson trying to run down Eric Nyer. He is jumped into the tire track. 4 down in the corner. And 4. Now he'll go back upstairs and try to get some momentum going. Jock Symonds is going to run out of time. Eric Nyer is going to get the job done in heat race number 1. Connor Stevens in the second. Trevor Hammond, Walden Runner in third. The rest of the field, and that will do it in race number 1 of 3 for the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman, and it goes to Eric Nyer. His first heat win of the season as heat race number 2 is at the staging lane, rolling track side right now. Steve Roberts in the 5 from Harrisville on the point. Outside of Gavin Isley, defending track champion in the ET Row 2. Logan Brown in the 9 from Clayton, along with Brendan Moore, last week's winner in the 35B. Row 3, Gage Howard, the 21, along with the 12 of Owen Bird. Row number 4, final row, it's Jessica Power, the 52, along with the 38 of Grayson Soper. That is your lineup for heat race number 2 of 3 for the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman Division. Coming up after this, we'll have heat race number 3 for the Dirt Car Sportsman Division, and then the first of 2 heats for the Panther Framework Straight Sprint Cars. Rolling the show right along here for you great race fans here at Can-Am tonight. We're going to get this show in one way or another.
Keep rolling the way you are right now, you're gonna have to do good.
Yeah.
Don't have any problems.
Leclerc looks him over. Green lights are on and we're underway. And Stevie Roberts jumps out into the lead as they go to turn number 1 and 2. Gavin Isley works the outside lane, trying to get by. Here comes Logan Brown looking for something to happen on the inside lane. He'll try to pick up second from Isley into corner number 3 and 4. And Logan Brown battling his hero right now for that runner-up spot. Meantime, Steve Roberts from as he battles with Isley for second. Gavin having no part of it though. He'll drive back by, picking up that runner-up spot. Logan Brown back to third. Isley's going to stick with that high lane though. He's going to try to roll around Steve Roberts off of turn number 3 and 4 down to the line. Number 4, Tom Bauter. Looking good here in the early going. Number 2, preferred group down low. He'll try to fend off Gavin Isley down the back straightaway as they work in spots 1 and 2. Logan Brown there for third. Brendan Moore, Jessica Power, 4th and 5th at the moment. Gage Howard, Owen Bird, and Grayson Soper complete the rest of the field as Stevie Roberts moving all over the number 3 and 4. Back down to the bottom in turn number 1 and 2, and it seems to be getting him some speed as he's picked up a couple of car lengths over the 18 of Isley, who has got his hands full with Logan Brown right now. Logan Brown trying to get by Isley for the runner-up spot. In the meantime, Gavin Isley got a great run up in corner number 3 and 4. 4 down, 4 to go in this third and final heat, or the second of 3 heat races rather, for the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman. And Stevie Roberts trying to fend off the defending champion as they work it across the line. Isley pulls even, turns with Roberts down in front. Down into corner number 1 and 2. Into corner number 1 and 2. Down the straightaway. Roberts doing everything possible to try to hold on the defending track champion as Isley working the back number of Roberts into corner number 3 and 4 and down to the line. We'll have 2 laps left to go, and Roberts trying to hold on and win this heat race. We'll give it Isley. He's in the corner as they go to turn number 1 and 2. Logan Brown still second. Jessica Power from the back of the field. She's up to 4th and lead out good. A battle for the race lead. Even turns between Steve Roberts and Gavin Isley for the lead into turn number 3 and 4. Isley on the bottom, Isley on the top, Stevie Roberts on the inside lane, and Isley looking for the white line. Final time into turn number 1 and 2, and Gavin Isley holds it on as they go down to the 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Isley pulling away. Roberts still second. Logan Brown, Jessica Power, and Brendan Moore. That's your top 5. Checkered flag will be waving this time by. It took him 7 laps to do it, but Gavin Isley is going to victory lane in heat race number 2. Logan Brown comes in for second. Roberts to third. Jessica Power, Brendan Moore, and Owen Bird, and Grayson Soper in that order. Battle there for the heat win was a good one, but the defending track champion Gavin Isley gets the job done in heat race number 2. Heat race number 3 for the Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman is rolling trackside now. Brady Howard goes from the pole in the 54. Outside will be Keegan Dyer in the 34K. Row number 2, it's Caleb Howard in the 90 with a 35D of Dylan Moore. Row 3, Richard Murtaugh in the 33 with the 9D of Taylor Dockstader. And completing your field in car number 64, it's Tyler Corcoran and Camden Cook in the number 14 from Evans Mills. Will round out this field of 8 as we are set to go for 8 laps in this third and final heat for the Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman. According to our schedule, Panther Frameworks Creek Sprint Car is ready to go next. I tried to get them to go first, but race director would not let me. It's a no-no. I wanted to change the order, but it didn't quite work. Not allowed. Denny Mopin, Jen Sidley both overruled me. Politely, yes, they did it well. Lindsay was going to overrule me, but she had backed up. Green lights are back on. 8 laps the distance. Third and final heat for the Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman, and Brady Howard jumps to the point with Keegan Dyer to that 2 spot. The 35D, Dylan Moore right there with the top 2 drivers. Richard Murtaugh joining the fight as well. Keegan looks like he caught one of them into the tires down there. 3 and 4. As they go to turn number 1 and 2. In the meantime, Brady Howard pulling away. Battle on for third. Richard Murtaugh sees daylight, pulls inside, and grabs the 3rd spot away from Dylan Moore. In the meantime, behind them, Tyler Corcoran trying to move up a spot as well. He'll try to get around the 9 of Taylor Dockstader. He does just that as he as Brady Howard, Keegan Dyer, Richard Murtaugh, the top 3, 35D Dylan Moore all by himself in the 4 spot, and then it's Corcoran, Dockstader, Cook, and Caleb Howard in that order behind them, and they are knotted up from 5th on back. And just down there. In the meantime, Brady Howard is joining the 1.8 second advantage, almost 2 seconds back to Keegan Dyer, who just got a shot in the backside from Richard Murtaugh of turn number 2. So let's get it going here. Murtaugh, he's just going to pull around the top side and drives around Keegan Dyer to move up into position number 2. Big move there by Murtaugh. Murtaugh already has a win in 2026. He picked up a win this year at the All-Tech Raceway during the showdown in the Sunshine State, which you saw on Dirt Track Digest TV. And that event will be back next year. Meantime, Brady Howard still has the lead. Operating on second right now. Richard Murtaugh's been able to knock a couple of tenths off of that lead. Keegan Dyer still there in position number 3. Tyler Corcoran has moved around the racetrack. He's moved to the outside lane, trying to find some running room around Dylan Moore as they cross the line this time by with 2 laps left to go. Still Brady Howard in control. Richard Murtaugh is second. Keegan Dyer still third. Taylor Dockstader that an inside lane trying to get by Dylan Moore, and he does just that. So Dockstader up in position number 5. Moore back to 6. 7th is Camden Cook. Rounding out the field is Caleb Howard in the 90. In 8th, white flag is in the air. And Brady Howard, he's got the lead, but it's under 1 second right now. Richard Murtaugh trying to go wheels off of this restart. Then he comes to 54 of Howard. Down the back straightaway, he's within 4 car lengths. Not sure if it's going to happen though. Murtaugh will drive it deep into the corner one more time. Checkered in the air. Murtaugh going after him. Not going to happen. Brady Howard goes to victory lane. Second will be Murtaugh. Third to the line will be Keegan Dyer. Fourth will be Taylor Dockstader comes home in 5th. Dylan Moore, Camden Cook, and Caleb Howard, the remaining drivers on the racetrack. So Brady Howard, the victory lane. As the the Panther Frameworks Creek Sprint Cars up next. First of 2 heat races on the day. 6 laps will be the distance for that. the first of two heats, and the Panther Framework Sprint Sprints are on track. And scheduled to go was Mark Webb on the pole, but not sure if he is going to hang on to the tail end of the field or not. We'll have to wait and see. But Mark Webb is scheduled to go away from the pole with Patrick Nolan alongside. It looks like Mark Webb is going to go up to that number one starting spot, so it will be Webb and Nolan on the front row. Row two, it's Emma Donovan, the number 28, scheduled to go. Don't see Emma out there, so it will be Tucker Donovan moving to the inside of that row. Row three, it's Cayden Graham, the 24, the 25, George Sanford, and the 2 of Mike Emel will complete it. Green lights. Down the back straightaway, Mark Webb, who had his struggles last week as the race lead as they go to turn number 3 and 4. Patrick Nolan looking strong in here, leading as well. Patrick Nolan there for second, but he's got company in the form of Tucker Donovan as they hit the back straightaway. Watch for George Sanford, that 25. He is quick as always out here in that ride. He picked up 2 wins last season. Right now he's working, trying to get to that. First of 2 heats on the day. Mark Webb gets a little out of shape on the back straightaway, ran out of real estate over there, and he gets it back on the racetrack. But meantime, though, Tucker Donovan has cleared all the traffic, and now he's running his step. He's another race leader. He's over lap number 3. Your top 5, and it is the 24 of Cayden Graham as they working off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. 2 laps left to go for Mark Webb. Looks like he's picked up the speed here just a little bit. As they head down the back straightaway, George Sanford by himself with the 3 spots, and Patrick Nolan and Mike Gamel after one another for spots 4 and 5, with Cayden Graham giving chase to the 24. Here this time for Mark Webb. Leave into the sprint car just a second. Every race down the back straightaway. Healthy advantage for Mark Webb into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is in the air. No contest up in front. Mark Webb dominates. He raced number 1 for the victory. Second will be Tucker Donovan. Third is George Sanford. And the line for fourth, it will be Mike Gamel. Patrick Nolan and the 24 of Cayden Graham. So Mark Webb puts on a show, dominates heat race number 1 of 2 tonight for the Panther Framework Straight Sprint Cars. As heat race number 2 will be set to roll trackside. We'll give you the starting lineup here, as it will be Rachel Zachariah scheduled to go on the pole, and there she is back out. The 71, the 271, Tiger Chapman on the outside will join her. Row 2, it will be last week's feature winner and 4-time defending track champion Josh Bird Jr. in the 1V, along with the 30 of Ken Klinkowski. Row 3, it's Adam Turner in the 92, 74, Will Fisher, and rounding it out, last week's runner-up in car number 87 is Andrew Hennessy. Final heat race of the evening here for the Panther Framework Straight Sprint Cars, and final heat race of the night overall, as we'll be moving towards feature time after that. First up will be the Dunn Motorworks Limited Sportsman. They'll go 15 laps for their feature tonight. Again, next week it is the Mother's Day special. All 5 classes will be on hand with us. Race time is always 7 o'clock right here at Am Speedway. You can see us live on Dirt Track Digest TV. If you're not able to be with us here in person, or if you're not able to watch it on DTD TV, or if you can't be here at Can-Am, you can watch all the action on the live timing and scoring through My Race Pass on the app for your mobile device. So all starts and restarts will be at that white tire coming off of turn number 4. It's the big one right in the center of the 2 small ones over there. We're ready to go. Rachel Zacharias, Tiger Chapman on the front row, and
No start.
and Tiger Chapman did just slow to a stop, but that was after the yellow. Of course, he was scheduled to go on the outside of row number 1.
It's too bad to come all the way from Rochester.
Yep.
That girl, Rachel Zacharias,
Yeah.
Central Square.
So Rachel Zacharias on the front row here for this one, the number 71. Rachel had a good run last week. Coming home in the number 8 position. Just behind her, Josh Byrne Jr. picked up the win 1 week ago, picking up his 2nd season opener. He also won the opener previously in 2023 on his way to one of his 4 track championships. And Chapman trying to refire there on the back straightaway. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, though. So we'll do some shuffling in the lineup here, and we'll get everybody where they need to be. Rachel Zacharias, Kenny Klinkowski on the front row now with Josh Byrne Jr., Will Fisher in row number 2. Row 3 it is going to be Adam Turner and Andrew Hennessy. A couple of Brighton Speedway full fender stars out there going at it and doing battle and sprint car racing now. Had several battles over the last few years in this division, and we're going to do it again here tonight as we get set to go green. No laps were complete. Complete restarts. 6 laps is the distance. Set for green, Zacharias and Klinkowski on the front row and we're underway. And Zacharias pulls to the lead, Ken Klinkowski up to 2nd, Josh Byrne Jr. to 3rd. Here comes Andrew Hennessy. He's picked up 2 spots already. He's now 4th. Will Fisher and Adam Turner complete the rest of the field as they're working into turn number 3 and 4 and down to the line. Lap number 1 up on the leaderboard. Once again, single file formation down the back straightaway. Andrew Hennessy is there for position number 4. Adam Turner has moved into the top 5. And here out Will Fisher as they're working off of turn number 3 and 4 and down the and we have got a battle for the lead shaping up. Zacharias has it. Here comes Ken Klinkowski to the inside lane. Josh Byrne Jr. watches from the 3 spot. And Kenny Klinkowski to the point as he crossed the line this time by, but Zacharias fighting back on the outside lane. Klinkowski to the down. Zacharias again on the outside lane trying to fend off the 4-time track champion as they go off of turn number 2, and Byrne will take over the 2 spot. Zacharias back to 3rd. Andrew Hennessy joining the fight as well. He's up to the 4 spot. Adam Turner 5th along with the 74 Will Fisher. Here comes the up to 3rd. Josh Byrne Jr. right there in front of him in the runner-up spot, but they're all chasing Ken Klinkowski as they go to turn number 3 and 4. White flag will be displayed. White flag in the air for Ken Klinkowski. Trying to think of some way to get around Ken Klinkowski as they work the back straightaway. Checkered flag will be waving. Checkered flag is in the air this time by Byrne trying to figure out the way around the 30 of Klinkowski. He's got the look down to the inside lane. Trying to race the line. Josh Byrne Jr. by a couple of car lane. Oh my, what a finish down the line. Josh Byrne Jr. pulls it off. Ken Klinkowski 2nd. Andrew Hennessy 3rd. Rachel Zacharias, Adam Turner, Will Fisher. But what a move for Josh Byrne Jr. coming off a